Hello and welcome back to Road TRipVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. This is episode number 413. The category is Brainy Tuesday. This is Brainy Tuesday number 7. Now these questions are typically harder than normal trivia quizzes, but apparently they're not as hard as I make them out to be. Every week I have people tell me these are not that tough, so this is harder than normal, not as hard as I think. Good luck. Question 1. James ran the branch in Paris, Carl the Naples branch, Amschel the Frankfurt branch, and Solomon the Vienna branch. What was the last name of these early 19th century brothers who internationalized the family's banking empire? These were all members of the Rothschild family. Question 2. What is the name of the island that covers 48,000 acres, was discovered in 1722 by the Dutch navigator Jacob Roggeveen, and was named for the day on which he discovered it? The answer is Easter Island. Question 3. If you take a benzene ring and add a methyl group, then take the resulting toluene molecule and add 3 nitro groups in the ortho and meta positions, you will have just synthesized trinitrotoluene, better known as what? Trinitrotoluene is better known as TNT. Question 4. NASA's Space Flight Center was posthumously named for what father of modern rocketry who never made any real money from his inventions, but when he died in 1945, the U.S. government paid his widow $1 million for the use of his patents? The answer is Dr. Robert Goddard. Question 5. What was the name of the International Military Tribunal that began on November 20th, 1945 and ended 10 months later with 3 acquittals, 12 death sentences, and 7 prison terms? Those were called the Nuremberg trials. Question 6. The one in the Supreme Court is ornate brass and separates the part of the room reserved for lawyers admitted to practice before the court from the rest of the room. What is the name given to that dividing line in all U.S. courts? The answer is simply the bar. Question number 7. There are 3 types of muscle tissue. What is the only type containing structures called intercalculated discs and whose fibers are more specialized than either smooth or skeletal muscle? The answer is the cardiac muscle. Question 8. It has been called the art of the tree barber, but its practitioners say it is the art of the tree mason or foliage sculptor. What term identifies the pruning and sculpting of living trees and shrubs into artificial, decorative shapes? That is called topiary. Question number 9. What is the name of the 1729 pamphlet by Jonathan Swift with the subtitle, Preventing the Children of Poor People of Ireland from Being a Burden to Their Parents or Country, which satirically suggested recipes for cooking children? The answer is A Modest Proposal. Question number 10. In the human body, they can be tricuspid, bicuspid, or semilunar. The mechanical types of the system include the globe, poppet, butterfly, and spool. And in what system in a brass wind instrument can be either ascending or descending? Those are all types of valves. Question number 11. Preservationists became concerned that its entire right shoulder is in danger of collapse after a sizable chunk from another part of it crashed to the ground in 1989. What is the name of this 4,600-year-old structure shaped like a mythical creature? The answer is the Great Sphinx of Giza. Question number 12. In 1889, the Sisters of St. Francis founded St. Mary's Hospital in Rochester, Minnesota, with a medical staff of just 3 men, a father and his 2 sons, whose last name was soon applied to the clinic they founded. What was their name? Their name was Mayo, and that is now the Mayo Clinic. Question number 13. Who was the American astronomer that in 1924 detected the first stars definitely in another galaxy beyond our own, and then 5 years later demonstrated that each galaxy's speed of recession was proportional to its distance? The answer is Edwin Hubble. Question 14. What is the largest lymphatic organ in the body that is located behind the outer end of the stomach and helps regulate the amount of red and white corpuscles in the bloodstream? That organ is your spleen. Question number 15. I aimed at the public's heart and by accident I hit it in the stomach, is how what author summarized the success of his 1906 novel, The Jungle, which led to federal food inspection legislation? The author of The Jungle was Upton Sinclair. Question 16. Later inspiring imitations in Japan, China, and Korea, the most famous of what type of tower-like temples of the Far East was erected near Peshawar, India in the 2nd century AD to enshrine a collection of relics of the Buddha? The answer is a pagoda. Question 17. What is the name of the Norse landmark that has a roof made of battle shields and 640 doors out of which the heroes would march on the day of Ragnarok to fight at Odin's side? The answer is Valhalla. Question 18. ABC based a movie on a classic American oil painting of a farm boy leaving home to go to college, which first appeared on a 1954 cover of the Saturday Evening Post by what artist? The answer is Norman Rockwell. Question 19. What is the name of the lame-footed king of Thebes who blinded himself and went into exile before dying at Colonus near Athens, where he was swallowed into the earth and became a guardian hero of the land? The answer is Oedipus. Question 20. What is the man-made marvel that is 179 feet wide, 40 feet deep, over 100 miles long, and saves 4,430 miles on a voyage from London to Bombay? That would be the Suez Canal. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching this episode of Road TripVIA. Today was the hard ones. Friday we will have Trebek Trivia. Those are questions from Jeopardy. Those tend to be a little bit easier than the Tuesday's trivia. So in between we're going to have a couple of the categories that I've got wrote down. We've had tons of viewer requests for categories, a lot of good ones. So I've just got a ton of good trivia quizzes coming up over the next couple of months. I want to get to another round of trivia that starts with certain letters of the alphabet, but I've got to knock off some of these trivia categories first, so we'll be getting into that probably end of March, early April. I think that's about it. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have another quiz around noon Central Standard Time. And here is question 21, the tiebreaker. What is the name of the long-lived East Asian ruler that, in English, is formally addressed as your celestial emperor whom one regards from below the staircase? That's the definition of his title in English. Your celestial emperor whom one regards from below the staircase was the official title of Hirohito. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.